If you follow this channel, you know I love myself a good Chinese stir fry. But let's be real for a second, they never turn out quite the way they do in a Chinese restaurant, especially not on an electric stovetop. I thought a portable gas burner might help, and it did a little bit, but you know, who am I kidding? Those guys in the Chinese restaurants, they basically have rocket engine pit fires, and that high heat, those bursts of flame, when those little droplets of oil catch fire, that's where that flavor comes from. You know, in Chinese, or in Cantonese to be more precise, they have a word for it. It's called Wok Hei, the spirit of the wok. I'm not kidding you, that is kind of what it translates to. So anyway, I just made this stir fry and I gave my best to mimic Wok Hei, and I think the results are pretty damn good. Even though I gotta say I might have used some pretty unorthodox methods. So here are my 8 hacks to get that poor man's Wok Hei on an electric hot plate at home. Let's begin. Okay, first use a large cast iron pan, ideally a well-seasoned one. These guys are really good at storing and building up high heat, which is definitely something we need. How do we get there? You gotta give your cast iron skillet some time. I would say like 10 minutes or so on high heat, but then, even on my humble electric stovetop, it gets really scorching hot. I would say like 300 degrees Celsius or even more. Then you'll want to add some oil to your pan, but just a thin layer, that'll be enough. We don't really want to get that deep fry feel here, we kind of want to keep it as dry as possible. And speaking of which, make sure that all your ingredients are really dry. Make sure there is no excess water or anything on them. And when you add your ingredients to the pan, make sure not to overcrowd it and spread them out evenly if it's possible. You should always be seeing a good portion of the surface of your pan. And also don't get overly excited with the stirring. We're actually just mimicking stir frying, so in this method you might actually want to give your ingredients a few moments to sear in the pan, then you can stir again. Also, you want to make sure to fry in batches. 1 or 2 ingredients at a time, just as long as your pan is not too full. Look how beautiful and charred this is turning out. So when you're done searing all your ingredients, you can add a final good glug of oil into the pan and then immediately throw aromatics like ginger and garlic in and fry for a few seconds. Then reintroduce all of your ingredients, stir fry for a few seconds, and then here's my favorite hack. Use a gas torch to delicately char your stir fry from the top to give it that fiery smokiness. I kind of just tried out this method on a whim and it actually turned out really well. I'm a little bit surprised myself, I gotta say. But if you want to try this out, you know, definitely keep it safe, have a fire extinguisher next to you and everything. Enjoy your newly found stir frying skills. Here are a couple of recipes if you want to practice, they're all delicious. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for weekly food inspiration. Also, thanks to everyone over on Patreon who supports me in making these videos. It really is what keeps me fueled, and you guys are the best. But this is it for this video and I hope to see you in the next one.